Responsible journalism, a war against fake news. Fabrication is a noun which means false information that is invented in order to trick people, or in short, the act of inventing such information. Over the past years, we've been through a lot of different challenges. We did overcome fears, we did confidently face different battles individually, and we won against wars as one. But unfortunately, there are still evolving negativities such fake news, whether it's personally or socially. Fake news or disinformation is not a new phenomenon, but today, with the rise of digital media, it spreads easily and quickly. It is the task of responsible journalists and trusted news organizations to douse the flames of this dangerous wildfire and call fake news out for what it really is: lies. A co-founder and CEO of Rappler Philippines named Maria Reza stated, Rappler, a social news network committed to investigate reporting, has documented at least 300 websites spreading fake news in the Philippines. One of our investigations monitored the growth of suspicious Facebook accounts that seeded fake news into campaign pages during the country's May 2016 elections. It took us about 3 months to manually check the information the Facebook accounts provided and to verify they were fake. We found that one nest of 26 fake accounts is able to influence nearly 3 million Facebook pages. We also know that, as of November 2016, about 50,000 Facebook accounts can be used in targeted campaigns for or against politicians or individuals in the Philippines. Another fake account was linked to over 990,000 members of groups supporting one political leader, and yet another was connected to an estimated 3.8 million members of various overseas Filipino organizations, buy and sell groups. With about 54 million Facebook users in the Philippines, social media is a powerful weapon used to silence dissent and mold public opinion. Rappler has lived through numerous waves of attacks via the internet, including from Facebook accounts created specifically to harass our reporters and contributors. This has only made us more determined to expose the lies and prevent their spread. But despite of those reports which happened 4 years ago, social media is still vital for everyone, especially for learners nowadays to learn, due to online learning. However, as information becomes freely available, challenge against fake news grows bigger to overcome. It spreads more and more throughout the years. Filipinos spend a significant amount of time online, sharing and co-creating content on social media. Thus, the ability to validate information sources and exercise critical thinking becomes very important. In the digital era where people are constantly inundated by data and information, it became more critical that the Philippines educates all citizens on digital literacy to address misinformation. Fake news continuously spreads on social media like wildfire because it plays to our biases and uses the trust we have in our friends and family. As a result, the content is less scrutinized before it is shared. Fake news also uses human preference for a proven hypothesis against us. Fake news claims are often accompanied by proof, even if it is fabricated. Its sensational nature elicits an emotional response which encourages people not to validate the information. Although people understand the dangers of spreading fake news, many people still do it intentionally and unintentionally. Moreover, even though not popular personalities and already in higher position in the society, still make the same mistakes over and over again. But journalists are guilty of spreading fake news through anonymous websites, which then get shared in secret platforms like WeChat, Messenger, or maybe the so-called dark web. Said by an award-winning veteran journalist Manny Mugato. He added that social media users shared these tidbits, and the media picked them up as gospel news. Very sad reality in our country that even there are lots of people who promote to stop dissemination of fake news, numbers of people who are behind fake news are also growing bigger at the same time. Whether it's about what, where, when, or who are being talked about are not to be missed by fake news. Imagine how they are standing still despite of the House Bill number 6022, which is a law against false information. They just don't care at all. Ecstatic to say how people, in a simple way, helps to spread more awareness of fake news. This has only let us realize that regardless of those, we can still fight for the goodness of everyone. Let's start winning this battle through being aware and educating first ourselves about its consequences that would hurt anyone in the society with respect to different opinions. Therefore, be more careful of every article we read if it's really true or not before sharing it to others. Let us wait for those who are sufficiently able to testify to each of its contents. Let's not immediately give a conclusion when the details are only one-sided. Then, it is important to pay more attention to the more realistic and meaningful ones. As they always say, think before you click because lamang ang may alam.